Now, to mark the 80th anniversary of D-Day earlier this year, hundreds of knitters from around the world came together to recreate 80 scenes from the operation in what became known as the longest yarn.
After a visit to Paris's Notre Dame Cathedral, the longest yarn is now on display in Aldershot, a town that's regarded as one of the many places as a spiritual home of the British Army, as Joe Campbell reports.
For the longest yarn, this has been a long journey. Far grander churches than this had wanted to play host to it at this symbolic time of year. But for its originator, well, there was only one place it could be.
When Aldershot said that they wanted it, I'm afraid I decided that the British Army needed it more than a cathedral, because it needed to come home to the spiritual home of the British Army, in my opinion.
After all its travels, not surprisingly, a few last-minute repairs were needed. So it's made the journey all right, it's just that obviously it's not...
It's fallen over.
But this scene depicting French civilians awaiting news of the invasion was in safe hands with Jackie from just down the road in Farnborough.
Well, I know how much work's gone into it because I did one of the panels, so I do know how much work's gone into all of them. Everybody's worked really, really hard. It's amazing to see it.
The Garrison Church has only just finished the biggest restoration in its history.
We're always interested in how our young people are taught and the values that they have. And something like this is a great opportunity to get them to engage with remembrance.
And for these young soldiers, it had struck a chord.
They got away from their family at a young age, and I know that's hard as a young person like me, saying goodbye to mum and dad for a long time. But with them, like years ago, saying goodbye to their family because they were going to war, they won't have no contact with them until after.
I think it's a great time, this happening, because it obviously is something really big, and it takes pride to actually be a part of this and actually setting up something that means something to us as well.
The longest yarn opens to the public here at the Garrison Church and will be here throughout the remembrance period, up until the 18th of November. Joe Campbell, BBC News.
It is incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, really
the
impressive
detail in
to
that stuff as
create that out of knitting. No, it's really skilled.